Not only did RingConn absolutely dominate the smart ring category with the RingConn Gen 2 thanks to its affordable price tag, accuracy, as well as having no subscription model, they just went above and beyond with the RingConn Gen 2 Air, and I'm here to review it. And if you're a fan of no BS tech videos, definitely consider subscribing. The Gen 2 Air is more affordable than the Gen 2, and I honestly think for a lot of people out there, this might be the one to get. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to have questions. What's the difference between the Gen 2 Air and the RingConn Gen 2? So let me go ahead and just get the boring tech specs out of the way. I know many people don't like the techie aspects of it, but here you go. As you see, there are some minor differences such as the colors, the battery life, weight, and one missing feature, which is the sleep apnea tracking, which, many might think is important and many might not care about. But aside from that, these are pretty much the same. Now, I do want to touch on battery life just to give you guys a real world example because both of these rings are size 9. So the Gen 2 Air on a full charge will get me 9.5 days of battery life, whereas the Gen 2 is going to get me 10.5 days of battery life, which is honestly still really good considering, all the other smart rings out there that barely make it a whole week. Now, as far as the actual rings go, they're both basically identical. The only difference is, which is actually something that I like, is with the Gen 2 Air, you can see a little indicator right there. Yeah, you guys can see it. Right there is a little indicator which kind of helps you properly place the ring on your finger because the sensors have to be on the back side of your finger, not on the front side. So having this little indicator just kind of helps you visually see, oh yeah, it's on my ring properly. To be honest, I actually wish it was on the Gen 2 as well. So maybe with the Gen 3 RingConn, right? Maybe. Now, as far as what comes in the box, it is going to be a little different compared to the Gen 2. So, of course, you're going to get the ring, you're going to get the charging cable, as well as the charging stand. Obviously, you're not going to get the charging case. That's only for the Gen 2. But honestly, that's fine. I'm charging every 9.5 days anyway. And if I'm going out longer than that, maybe on vacation somewhere, it's fine. I'll just bring this along with a charging cable and call it a day. Health tracking does come with a slew of features such as the wellness flower, as I like to call it. This kind of shows how well your health is during that particular day. The more full the flower is, the better your vitals are. And it's just a nice kind of visual representation to kind of open the app and see, oh, I need to improve on my activity. Let me go for a walk. Or, hey, I'm a little stressed out. Let me try to kind of calm down. Or, hey, maybe my sleep is bad. Let me try to improve it. Now, of course, you do get sleep tracking, and oh boy, it goes in depth. You get visual access to the sleep time and efficiency, total sleep time, sleep stages, if you're moving a lot, your heart rate, your HRV status, blood oxygen tracking, skin temperature, respiratory rate, and the overall summary. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said it comes with a slew of features, and that's just for sleep tracking. Activity tracking is here, of course, and it's just as good as on the Gen 2. So you get your steps, your active and all-day calories, standing time, activity intensity, and of course the summary. The Gen 2 Air, just like the Gen 2, also measures your stress levels, which is fairly important the older you get, or hey, even if you're young out there, right? I actually bought my father the Gen 2 on his birthday back in February, and he's been wearing it constantly, mainly to monitor his stress levels and his activity. Mostly because his doctor told him, hey, you need to kind of chill out, keep the stress at bay, and if his stress is too high, guess what? The ring notifies him to take a few deep breaths and kind of just calm down a little bit. It may seem a little bit silly, all things considered, but it really does work, and it's just coming from a ring. You don't need to put on a smartwatch that you need to charge every night or every day and a half if you're lucky. And then if you forget to charge it, you're like, whatever, I'm not going to wear it. And then all of a sudden, you're not tracking your health. But from a ring, nice, simple, classy, nice. Now, you do also get access to exercise tracking such as outdoor running, outdoor cycling, and outdoor walking. If you're someone that wants to kind of, keep tabs on their health incognito without wearing a smartwatch or any other health tracker, you just want to be low key, this is something to honestly consider. In fact, this has replaced my smartwatch. I don't wear a smartwatch anymore. I don't know if you guys have noticed from all my previous videos for like the past month and a half. I haven't been wearing a smartwatch. I've been wearing just this normal analog watch, which to be honest, it looks a little bit more classy. Whenever you get dressed and go somewhere, wearing a nice, analog watch, it looks better than wearing like a smartwatch. You know, I don't know, maybe that's just my opinion. Don't kill me. Now, what really shocked me is that even though the Gen 2 Air is $100 cheaper than the Gen 2, the sensors are just as accurate. I haven't noticed any difference whatsoever, which is pretty darn great. And obviously no subscription model, which means the value of this ring is only going to improve the more you use it compared to a ring or any other device that requires that monthly subscription model, which basically makes your purchase more and more expensive the longer you keep it, which is that I never understood that. I hate that. It makes no sense. It's annoying. And why have money coming out of your bank account every month for something that just tracks your health? This simple, no subscription model. Honestly, if I didn't already have the Gen 2, I would 100% buy the Gen 2 Air, because first of all, you're saving $100, and second of all, it's basically 99% the same. However, if you are keen on that sleep apnea tracking, definitely get the Gen 2 because the Gen 2 Air does not have it. Oh, and by the way, the Gen 2 also no subscription model, just so you know. So what else do you guys want to know about the Gen 2 Air? Let me know your questions down below. I've been using it every single day, so I'm pretty much familiar with it. So yeah, if there's something I didn't cover, comment down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like button. And if you're new here, and like I said, you like no BS tech videos, definitely subscribe. As always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.